I have a bad feeling about this camp.
MC?
What?
You're starting to get heavy.
How much longer till we're there?
10 minutes.
We're in the middle of nowhere, and you're telling me there's a town. Well, here we go, assistant.
Partner.
Ooh.
Get out of my head, MC.
Huh. Aha! This case is more complicated than expected.
Mindcop is a strange and complex nonlinear detective game with interesting secrets hidden within. Imagine a world where some people could read the minds of others. You might think to yourself that life would be easier and many criminal cases would be solved more easily. But is this really true? Mindcop is about a detective with such powers. He can read people's minds to learn their secrets and expose their lies. Now this power is in your hands, the player, to solve a criminal case and verify the above hypothesis.
I was some downtrodden thug who had to steal to survive.
This is a nonlinear video game, meaning you decide what clues to follow, who to arrest, who to talk to, and what questions to ask them. But there's one big catch: time is limited.
But on the other hand, everyone else couldn't get in.
You have only 5 days to solve the murder case that took place at the Maryland Crater Camp and catch the killer. Don't forget that your time is limited to 7 minutes per day, and each action, depending on its scope, will reduce this time. If your time runs out, you will automatically return to the police station, and after some time, the next night will begin.
We're in the middle of nowhere, and you're telling me there's a town here in the mountains.
For example, examining a small item might take 2 seconds, but entering a new environment requires 30 seconds. This time is typically 15 seconds to talk to a character and 7 seconds to ask each additional question. This nonlinear process, along with the limited time, adds a suitable complexity to the game process and encourages the player to think long and hard about each action. This, along with the game's perfect atmosphere, makes the player feel like a real detective and, for a limited time, be a detective. This atmosphere is created thanks to the game's graphics and music. The game's graphics have a film noir-like atmosphere, and Mindcop's mysterious music also engages you in the eerie and mysterious atmosphere of the game. Of course, there are colors other than black and white in the game environment, which are most often red or a color close to it, but overall, the game receives a passing grade in this section.
Huh.
One of the game's shortcomings in this regard is the sheer number of clues and props, making it almost impossible to guess the killer correctly the first time around. Considering the game takes around 5 hours to complete, it would have been nice to have a manual save feature so you could continue playing from any point you want.
Aha!
Of course, after restarting the game, you can go to the day of your choice, but the problem is that all your previous progress is lost and even the character list is not complete. This can be unpleasant for some players. For example, each night, you can hand over one item to the forensics lab for analysis. Since you have 5 days in the game, you can only analyze 5 items at most, out of 18 items available for analysis. If you make a mistake, the game will severely punish you, and you won't be able to change the item you've handed over for analysis. Many of the items are useless and just add to the game's complexity, which will not make the game enjoyable for players. In fact, it can be said that the game's non-linear process and its high degree of freedom act like a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it leaves the player completely free to do their own thing and encourages them to perform various actions, and on the other hand, some details are so extensive that they only confuse the player. One of the important gameplay features is the Mind Surf feature, which allows Mindcop to read the minds of other characters. After successfully doing this, you will be presented with a space that shows you a truth, a lie, and an uncertainty lie or truth depending on the player's perception. This feature helps players, but the gameplay mechanism itself becomes repetitive after a while and completing it will be an attrition event. Apart from being able to question and read the characters' minds, at the end of each night you can arrest a character and take them to prison. They may give you a new clue. You can keep this character in prison for as long as you want, but this has consequences for you and the character's relatives may no longer want to cooperate with you. It's also possible to explore different environments with greater precision and look for new clues. However, you'll need an official permit to explore some areas, such as a family's bedroom. You'll only be issued one permit per night, so you'll need to choose your location carefully here as well. At the end of each night, you can review the events of the day with the help of Linda, your partner, to help you remember what happened. You can also practice your mind-reading skills with her to become more proficient at it. Once all of this is done, the night will end and you will be transferred to the next night to start your work. Overall, Mindcop is a great experience for fans of crime and detective games that offers a lot of freedom to the player. However, this freedom can act like a double-edged sword and sometimes lead the player astray. If you are bored with solving complex puzzles and like to take on the role of a detective, you should not miss this game. Mindcop is one of the best detective and crime games that offers the player a lot of freedom of action and leaves the player's hands completely open, but this freedom of action is like a double-edged sword and sometimes misleads the player. Overall, given the game's excellent atmosphere and conveying the feeling of being a detective in the best possible way, this game will be a great experience for fans of detective games. Strengths: eerie atmosphere, noir-like graphics, extremely high freedom of action, conveys the feeling of being a detective in the best possible way. Weaknesses: overly complex gameplay, repetitive mind-reading feature,
If you like this video, like it now, and become a member of our family by pressing the subscribe button. Activate the bell so you never miss our interesting videos.
Huh. Oh. Huh. Oh. Oh. Huh. Ha! Huh. Oh. Oh. Huh. Huh. Ah. Oh. Huh. Oh. Huh. Aha. Huh.
Um. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Hmm.
Ha.
Hmm.
Ah.
If you like this video, like it now, and become a member of our family by pressing the subscribe button. Activate the bell so you never miss our interesting videos.